Hi Pisces, this is going to be your art channeled message. I channel messages through art, creativity. I really hope my messages inspire you to see the art within yourself, to be yourself, because we all start from zero, which is just a blank canvas. It's just the fool's journey. If you'd like a personal reading, all of that is down below. And lastly, there's no rules here, so if this finds you, it's definitely meant for you. What's special about my messages or my art is it's like one big optical illusion. Most of the pieces I do are from scratch, where I'll start with something else and I'll just let my hand guide me or let the brush guide me. The same applies to these readings. The cards always reflect what I channel. And there's also a reason I describe it. It's like, what do you see? How do you interpret this? And sometimes I speak in metaphors or in like an art form, like figuratively. So not all of them are so direct or structured, but there is always something there. So keep that in mind. Okay, Pisces. What I started drawing for you was a literal nun. Except this nun is holding a hook. For some reason, I heard the slinging slasher. It even looks like it too. And as I recall in the episode, there was this hysteria regarding a scary story Squidward told SpongeBob that turned out to be entirely true. Or so they thought. The nun in my drawing looks kind of sus. Like, nuns are a symbol of religion, God, etc. I guess you could also say they're harmless. Okay, Pisces. I'm getting something here about how religion or certain masks are used to mask one's evilness. Evil walks in many forms. That's what I kept hearing. It doesn't matter if they're Amish. It doesn't matter if they're Christian. It doesn't matter if they're a pastor. And it's not always a religious component. It's just there's always that one person or that scenario where it's like they look seemingly normal, but they're actually not. Plot twist. The slinging slasher turned out to be just an innocent kid looking for a job. So I'm getting right now, the ones you think are evil, guilty, lying, etc. are actually innocent and have different motives. But then the ones you think are unsuspecting, Pisces, are actually evil. It's like, who would suspect a nun with a hook? Wait, I'm getting hook as in catchy, like a hook to a song or something that hooks you in. Lastly, I'm seeing on a bigger scale, this alludes to a religious figure actually being super corrupted and weird. Something tells me too they have some sort of disfigurement as well. I know the slinging slasher was considered to have like a hook for a hand, right? So there's something here about like there being this normal aspect, but then there's like this disfigurement or something you notice about them. There's also something very important here about, you know how when there's stories or rumors similar to the slinging slasher, where it's like the genuine people never clarify them because they know who they are, but evil is very convincing. Evil likes to prove itself, similar to how the devil is rather tempting, right? I also feel like, Pisces, you are going to proceed with something despite stories to form your own opinion. So it's like you can get to know someone for yourself. I'm getting that's actually a very good idea. I was even getting the scenario, remember in Home Alone, there was that old man, and in the beginning, the older brother was giving the story about how he murdered his whole family, and rumor has it, he buried them and lives alone because that's what he did. But actually, it was just an innocent old man that just lived down the street. He actually ended up helping him in the end. So that was just a rumor. He's just a normal old man that just wasn't in contact with some of his family members, but he didn't kill them. Like, that was just a crazy rumor, and he even said, like, the things people are saying about me, I don't feel the need to clarify. I don't know what that's about. It just feels like a massive, like, hysteria, over-exaggeration. It's like, once again, normal ones are usually perceived the other way, and then the bad ones are usually perceived as like normal, you know what I mean? But just like with that hook, I was seeing that as kind of like a disfigurement or something that's off. Like, you know, when someone's overall normal, but there's that like one thing you can't pinpoint exactly, where it's like, I don't like that. That's all you can really sense. Before we begin, one more thing. There's also emphasis here about taking a rumor or story very lightly. SpongeBob and Squidward ended up just scaring themselves and overreacting, so it's never actually the one people suspect. And I feel like Pisces, you're actually going to... I feel like that's such a Pisces thing. Like getting to know someone for yourself, not believing what's said. Because sometimes that can be good, like you have to listen to things sometimes. But sometimes it's just an over-exaggeration. We all don't have the same experiences with people. And it's really unfair to go about it that way. It's like I'm judging you before I even met you. I feel like you're going to like surpass that and be happy you did. So keep that in mind. I really like this so far. I'm not even sure if cards are necessary, but we'll see. It's like evil walks in many forms, and it's not usually the one we think. It's usually an exaggeration. Normal people are always painted as evil because there's something weird about them that's just exaggerated. Like maybe they're socially awkward. That usually then in turn equals people saying, oh, they have no friends because they did this, or you know what I... Before we get into things, I wanted to mention there's this 5 of Wands and 7 of Swords type of feel. And the way I was seeing that is, you know how on the 5 of Wands, it's like each person, if you look closely, it's like has their eye on one other person. It's like, I'm aiming for you. I'm going to attack you. And it's very similar to my drawing with the nun holding the hook. It's like everyone has their hook. Everyone wants to be convincing. Everyone wants to portray one another as something. Where they have their assumptions with the 5 of Wands. They have a lot of opposing opinions, opposing forces. And with the 7 of Swords, I'm seeing that as the one... There's one in the 5 of Wands that it's not really targeting anyone or aiming for anyone. They're just sort of waving their wand around like they don't know what they're doing, or they don't know how they got to be a part of it. So it's like they're sneaking away as all the drama or like what people are focusing on over there. But what's ironic is usually the one that's sneaking away or doing things as something is going on over there, that's usually considered sneaky behavior or trying to get away with something when no one's looking. When actually, it's I have nothing to prove. Remember with the Home Alone thing? It's like all these people saying this, saying that. It's like all these different things, and it's like, what does that even mean? It's like I don't feel the need to like prove or show my power, show who I am, because the right people will. And that might, oh my god, this makes so much sense. To most, not doing that makes you look guilty, or not wanting to be a part of that opposing energy usually makes one look even worse, or even more guilty, or even more weird. So there's something about that here too. And I feel like it's relevant to what I said about you forming your own opinion on somebody. And I'm seeing with like those 2 swords in the 7 of Swords, it's like leaving something behind, or like having nothing to hide. It's like something that's right out in the open. It's like, look if you want to. Look into me if you want to. Looks like he's gathering stuff, trying to get away in a hurry, but there's still stuff left behind. So I feel like there's going to be something that kind of reveals someone's true character. And they're good things. Or things that can actually be backed up. Okay. I think I'm just gonna get one oracle card because sometimes I really don't feel the need for cards. I don't know what it is. I don't really like it all the time because it's like, I don't want to use cards, but let's see. we have adjacent possibilities. There's doors everywhere, but the first thing I heard was trapdoor. It's like that's one you could easily just fall into against your will. But then the rest of them you'd walk through because you want to walk through it. But this one, it feels more like a trap. That's more of like a weirder possibility. That's the hook or the trap or perhaps the image. I'm saying there's many possibilities or many people. Maybe that's what the Five of Wands is alluding to as well. Because besides this one's kind of like covered. I don't really see that as counting, but it's like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doors on the side, and then one down here. The one that looks like the trap, the person that is usually talked about, it's like everyone sort of like debates about it, it's like everyone knows about it, is usually just a normal person. There's nothing going on here. But then these, the ones that like you want to get to know, or the ones that everyone tells you you can trust. There's something here about there being a group, and it's like, you know how there's a group, everyone's huddled together, but each person is talking to someone like differently. I've seen that represents bias as well. It's like we all have different conversations with different people under different circumstances, so it's really unfair to build one decision off of that. And 4 and 2 is 6. 6 comes after 5, which is usually considered something about harmony, something that works out. So I'm saying you really need to look at things from that perspective, because I feel like it's actually going to help you. See what the advice here is. However you think it should be, that's exactly how it should be. However you think it should be, that's exactly how it should be. However you think it should be, that's exactly how it should be. It's like whatever you're thinking in your mind, however you want something to go is exactly how it's going to go. Whatever perception you have in your mind regarding someone is like, maybe this isn't true. Maybe I should form my own reality around this. That is what you should do. It's like whatever you're thinking, beautiful, bad, that's what it is. That's what it should be. You have to have dark in order to show light, just like in life. That's really ironic, isn't it? It's like you have to have dark to show their light. It's like darkness was casted upon them by maybe like something that's not true, or maybe like by a quality they have that's kind of weird. Maybe they have a disfigurement. Maybe there's something odd about them that turned into something being exaggerated. That's exactly this. Dark turns into light. You have to have dark in order to show their light, which is what there is, just like in life. So that's like a life motto. This is crazy. It's like this all applies to what's going on with you right now. 3 of Pentacles. That literally looks like, to me, it's like people that have never worked together coming together, and it's like, wait, we actually get along really well. Even though we're from different cliques. Even though we're done from different places. Okay, Pisces, that's the end of this art channeled message. Please like, subscribe, support the channel in any way you can. I'd really, really, really appreciate it. And yeah, bye. Okay, Pisces, I just finished your reading, but this always happens where I get an unexpected addition or download, sort of like a conclusion to my art. I'm seeing this as two people. It's like this person looks like they're in the middle of something or just going about their daily activities, and then this person goes up to them. But it's like this is the person like people don't talk to or they're not supposed to talk to, or it's like that maybe they're weird, maybe they're this. I'm seeing this week, whenever you see this, it's like try approaching new people, especially the ones that are portrayed in a dark manner, like that one card I got. You have to have dark in order to show light, just like life. Because I feel like this will form some kind of trio. It's like it looks like something starts out awkward, but then they all sort of have things to say. It's like, will you join us? Do you want to do this? But yeah, that's all I'm seeing, Pisces. Being casted out when they should actually be included. Okay, guys, now that's the end of your art channeled message. Please like, subscribe, support in any way, and see you later.